In the application, I have the shell of an alerting service ready to go. In other words, I already have a JS file for the service. That JS file is included in the web page. And I've already registered a factory function that will return the service, but now I just need to figure out the API for this service. And what I'm thinking is that other components in the system will be able to inject this service and then use an API like add warning with some descriptive text to tell this service there is a new alert. It's a warning type alert, and then it would be up to this service to decide what to do with that. And I think since this service will manage different types of alerts, I'll need a more generic method up here. Let's just call it add alert, where you need to pass both a type for the type of the alert and the message to associate with that alert. And ultimately, since what this service has to do is manage all the current alerts that are in the application, I'll just create a new empty array that I can push objects into. So every time someone wants to add an alert, I'll say current alerts. Let's push in a new object whose type is set to that type and whose message includes the textual description. And this function can also be a part of the public API for this service. But I also want convenience methods like add warning. That would be a function that just takes a message and it will call through into add alert to say, let's add an alert of type warning. And here's some text associated with that alert. So this also a part of the public API. And now I can follow this basic pattern to add additional methods to add danger type alerts, success type alerts, informational type alerts. So let me just add in those few methods and we'll be right back. Now I've added a few more functions to my service. I have the ability to add warning, danger, info, and success type alerts. You might notice these alert types map directly to Bootstrap alert types, or the CSS classes that Bootstrap uses to display alerts, and that's no coincidence. I want to use the Bootstrap CSS framework when I display these alerts, but there's no need to be coupled to Bootstrap. I could always use different alert types or a different vocabulary for my alerts and map these alerts to Bootstrap styles. But these functions in the alert service, they are all exposed by these service objects returned from this factory function. And here's one more piece that I want to expose. The array that the service is using to track the current alerts in the application, I actually want to expose that as a public member here. And this is one of the big mental breakthroughs that I had with Angular. The current alerts array is effectively a model, an object full of information that I want to bind into the display. And by placing this model in a service, I can share it across different directives, controllers, and other services. So yes, models can live in services. We saw that in the previous videos when we stored a user profile in a service. But now that we have a workable service, let's work on something to display the alerts that will be added to this service.